Today's lesson is a continuation of subtracting integers. So using algebra tiles, can you show me this? 5 take away negative 3 is equal to 8. Prove to me that is true. So we start with 5 with our algebra tiles. I need to take away negative 3. How can I take away negative 3 without changing the value of this 5? I need 0 pairs. How many 0 pairs do I need? I think I need 3 0 pairs. Whoops. Yep. So it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take away negative 3. So can I take away negative 3? I take away this negative 3. Bye-bye. What do I have left? What two integers do I have left? I have 5, and I have a 3 here. And what is 5 plus 3? It is equal to 8. And so that proved that 5 take away negative 3 is equal to 8. So let's do a real life situation. The Houston Texans will be sponsoring this classroom, my classroom again, the second time. Last year, one of my students wrote an essay, and her essay was selected by the Houston Texans, and she and her family were invited to the luxury suite at the NRG Stadium. It was Houston, Texas versus the San Diego Chargers, and she also invited me. So that was really awesome. So I'm hoping this situation, this contest brings good luck back to my classroom this year. So the Houston Texans will play in Green Bay, Wisconsin on December 4th, 2016. One of the coldest games ever played in Green Bay was in 1967 when the temperature was negative 13 degrees. So negative 13 degrees. That would go right here. Let's label it negative 13 degrees. The average December temperature in Houston was 54 degrees. So 54 degrees will go right here. What is the possible temperature difference the Texans might experience if there is another historical low temperature in Green? So what is the temperature difference from here to here? Let's think about it. From 54 to 0, it has 54 degrees. From 0 degrees to negative 13, what's the difference here? It is 13 degrees. So how far is the distance from 54 degrees to negative 13 degrees? We add this up, it is 67 degrees. So what we did is we did 54 minus negative 13, or 54 plus 13. And there's a temperature difference of 67 degrees Fahrenheit. By the end of today, you will be able to turn the subtraction expression into an addition expression. So let's practice with either algebra tiles, if you like algebra tiles, or with drawings, and with number line and rewritten as addition expression and value expression. So 6 minus 2. Well, we know 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So you go to 6, you go back 2, and 6 minus 2 is 4. But can you prove it to me? So we have 6. So we started off with 6. I need to take away 2 without changing the value of this 6. How can I take away 2 positives without changing the value of this? I need 0 pairs. I need how many 0 pairs? 2 0 pairs. So by drawing this, did I change this value of 6 here? No, it still remains 6. Now can I take away 2 positives? This goes away. So what do I have left here? I have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the second integer is negative 2. So 6 plus negative 2. Is 6 plus negative 2 the same thing as saying 6 minus 2? Will that give me 4? Let's see. These make 0 pairs, and I have 4 left. Yes, it is. Number 2, negative 7, take away negative 2. So I'm starting with negative 7. Can I take away negative 2 without changing the value of negative 7? How can I take away negative 2 without changing the value here? I need to draw 0 pairs, 2 sets of 0 pairs. Now, can I take away negative 2? Yes, I can. Bye-bye. What 2 set of integers do I have left? I started with negative 7, and I ended up with a 2. Negative 7 plus 2. And what happens with these? These make 0 pairs, and you are left with negative 5, a value of negative 5. Let's show this on a number line. I start at 0. I go 7 units to the left, and plus 2, and that's negative 5. Number 3, 3 take away negative 5. So I start with the value of 3. How can I take away negative 5 without changing the value of 3? I need to draw 0 pairs, 5 sets of it. So I take away this negative 5, and what 2 integers do you have left? I started with 3, then I ended up with 5, and that is equal to 8. 3 minus negative 5 is equal to 8. Let's prove it. Start at 0, 3 units to the right, 5 units to the right, and I ended up with 8. Number 4, negative 4 minus 1. So you are at, starting at 0, you're at negative 4. Minus 1, you go back 1. So you're at negative 5. How would you prove that with a drawing? So I start with negative 4. Can I take away positive 1, or take away 1 without changing the value of this? So I need to draw 1 set of 0 pairs. So take away a 1. This goes away. What 2 set of integers are left? I started with negative 4, and I ended it with negative 1. And this negative 4 plus negative 1 equal negative 5? It is. Let's look at a picture. Negative 4, and negative 1 means I go left 1 unit, and it is negative 5. Question 5, negative 5 minus 2. So that means you start at 0, you go to negative 5. Minus 2 means you go back 2. So I'm stopped at negative 7. Can you prove that with a drawing? Negative 5. Can I take away 2 without changing the value of negative 5? How can I do that? I need to draw 2 sets of 0 pairs. So I take away these positive 2. I am left with negative 5 plus, and I ended up with negative 2. And let's look at a picture. Is negative 5 plus negative 2 equal to negative 7? It is. All right, so there is a shortcut. Some of you may have already discovered this shortcut. It's called adding the opposite. You change the subtraction sign to addition. Change the sign of the second number and follow rules for addition. Like 5 minus 2 is really saying 5 plus negative 2. Let's prove it. So we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we started with 5. That's why there's a 5 right there. I need to take away 2. How can I take away 2 without changing the value of this 5? I draw 2 sets of 0 pairs. And then I take away these 2. What do I have left? Negative 2 right here. So I start with 5. You change the subtraction to adding. You're adding it. And what's the opposite of 2? Negative 2. And that's why 5 minus 2 is 3. And also 5 plus negative 2 is also equal to 3. What about 6 minus 10? So I start with 6. Can you take away 10 positive without changing the value of 6? I need to draw 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I need to draw 10 sets of 0 pairs. I take away these 10 positive. What two sets of numbers do I have left? I have 6 plus negative 10. Let's see if this add the opposite works. Start with 6. I turn the subtraction to it, adding. What's the opposite of 10? Negative 10. If you look at the picture, it proves add the opposite works. So, number 1, let's look at some word problems. In the North Pole, the temperature was negative 10 degrees in the morning. In the South Pole, the temperature was negative 30 degrees. Find the difference between the temperatures in the North and South Pole. So written as subtraction expression. So it'll be negative 10 minus negative 30. Algebra set model. So I start with negative 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So negative 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How can I take away negative 30 without changing the value of negative 10? I need to draw 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. I need to draw 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30 sets of 0 pairs. So I take away these 30 negative. Can I rewrite this as a addition expression? So negative 10 plus 30. And the answer, the value would be 20. Check your work with this QR code. And to prove it, let's see add opposite work. Start with negative 10, turn the subtraction to it, add, and then what's the opposite of negative 30? 30, and it works. All right, Paul has $12 in his checking account. He made a debit purchase, so he purchased something for $20. So 12 minus 20. What is his balance? So let's draw it. So we have 12. Start with 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I need to take away 20. How can I take away 20 without changing the value of this? I need to draw 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I need to draw 20 0 pairs. Now I take away 20 positive. What two sets do I have? I have 12 plus 2, 4, 6, 8, negative, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Negative 20. So 12 plus negative 20 is negative 8. Let's see if add opposite work. Keep the 12 alone. Let's change subtraction to add. What's the opposite of 20? Negative 20. It works. A shark traveled 11 feet below sea level. That's negative 11. It dove down 5 feet to catch a fish. At what depth is the shark? So negative 11 minus 5. So I draw negative 11. How can I take away 5 without changing the value of negative 11? I have to draw 5 0 pairs. So can you take away 5? Yes, I can, right there. And so what two sets of number I have? A negative 11 plus negative 5 or negative 16. There's 16 negatives. Does add opposite really work? Keep negative 11, change the subtraction to it, adding. What's the opposite of 5? Negative 5. And it really does work. Number 4, two golfers competed one round of golf. The first golfer had a score of 6, and the second golfer had a score of negative 3. What is the difference between the scores for the first and second golfer? 6 minus negative 3. You wrote it as a subtraction expression. Now let's prove it. Well, let's see if we can do add opposite without using a picture. So we keep the 6, Let's turn subtraction into it. Adding. What's the opposite of negative 3? 3. So the answer will be 9. Was that really true? Like, here's a number line. Here is 6, and here's negative 3. What is the difference between 6 to negative 3? 6 spaces, 7, 8, 9. But let's prove it with a picture. So we start with 6. Can I take away negative 3? How can I take away negative 3 without changing the value of 6? I have to draw 3 sets of 0 pairs. So I take away the negative 3. And I see 6 plus 3 equals 9. And it works. And so this is how to subtract integers. What I would like to say is a shortcut is something called add the opposite.